Welcome viewers. I am going to start a new series of videos on quotations. These videos are with the famous lines. This series is important for the lovers of literature. Let's start. Frailty thy name is woman. This line is taken from Drama, a play by William Shakespeare, and the name of the play is Hamlet. In the play Hamlet, the character Hamlet said this line. Next, envy is ignorance, imitation is suicide. This line is written by Ralph Waldo Emerson in the essay Self-Reliance, published in 1841. Next, whom the gods love die young. Originally, this line appeared in the Greek play by Menander, but better known in Plautus's Latin version, and the Latin version is like this: Quem de diligent adolescens moritur. Later, this line is written by Lord Byron in this English version. This line is found in Canto 4 of Don Juan, and Don Juan published in 1819. This Don Juan is very famous book by Lord Byron. Next, Vini vidi vici. This is the Latin phrase. The English version is I came, I saw, I conquered. The Latin phrase was spoken or uttered by the Roman senator Julius Caesar. Shakespeare wrote later a play by the same name, Julius Caesar. In Julius Caesar by Shakespeare, we find the line I came, I saw, I conquered. But originally, in history, Julius Caesar in Rome, he uttered Vini vidi vici. Next, to be or not to be, that is the question. This line is said by character Hamlet in the play Hamlet by William Shakespeare. Next, knowledge is power. This line was coined. This line was written by Francis Bacon in the book Meditations, Sacred and Human Philosophy, published in 1597. Next, beauty is a short-lived reign. This line was said by Socrates, Greek philosopher Socrates. Sometimes he is called Socrates. Some people say Socrates. Next, all the world is a stage and we are merely players. This line is taken from a play, As You Like It. The play, As You Like It, is written by William Shakespeare. And in this play, there is a character called Jacques, and that Jacques uttered this line. Next, proper study of mankind is man. This line is written by Alexander Pope in his book An Essay on Man, published in 1833 to 34. And this book, An Essay on Man, was favorite to John Stuart Mill. Later he rejected the philosophy of this book. Next, woods are lovely, dark and deep, and I have promises to keep, a miles to go before I sleep, a miles to go before I sleep. This line is written by Robert Frost, American poet, in his poem Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening. And this poem was published in 1923 in the volume New Hampshire. New Hampshire is a volume of poems by Frost, published in 1923. Next, in writing, choose the common words. Avoid rhapsody and eloquence. Yet, it is true, poetry is delicious. The best prose is that which is most full of poetry. It is written by Virginia Woolf in his novel The Common Reader, published in 1925. Next, Nelly, I am Heathcliff. He is always in my mind, not as a pleasure, any more than I am always a pleasure to myself, but as my own being. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. This line is taken from Wuthering Heights, published in 1847, written by Emily Bronte. Here, Kathy, that means Catherine, is talking to Nellie Den, the family servant. Catherine is talking about her inescapable connection to Heathcliff. She recognizes that her feelings for Linton, that is Edgar Linton, whom she is going to marry, are entirely different to her spiritual relationship with Heathcliff. Next, women are supposed to be very calm generally, but women feel just as men feel. They need exercise for their faculties and a field for their efforts as much as their brothers do. They suffer from too rigid a restraint, too absolute a stagnation, precisely as men would suffer. And it is narrow minded in their more privileged fellow creatures to say that they ought to confine themselves to making puddings and knitting stockings, to playing on the piano and embroidering bags. It is thoughtless to condemn them or laugh at them if they seek to do more or learn more than custom has pronounced necessary for their sex. This line is taken from Jane Eyre, published in 1847. Jane Eyre was written by Charlotte Bronte under the pen name Currer Bell. From this line, we find the feminist point of view. Next, it is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest I go to than I have ever known. This line is written in A Tale of Two Cities, published in 1859. It is a historical novel by Charles Dickens. At the end of A Tale of Two Cities, Sidney Carton is awaiting his death by guillotine. For the sake of love, Carton has deliberately swapped places with another, and in this quote, in contemplating both his own self-sacrifice and the fate of friends. Next, it matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. This line is taken from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, published in 1997 by J.K. Rowling. Next, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. This line is taken from poem Ulysses, written in 1833, published in 1842, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson, a Victorian poet. Next, but soft, what light through yonder window breaks, it is the east, and Juliet is the sun. This line is taken from Romeo and Juliet, a drama written by William Shakespeare. This line is uttered, this line is spoken in the famous balcony scene in Romeo and Juliet. Viewers, if you can read the scene, that is the balcony scene from Romeo and Juliet, very much romantic scene that is. Next, we are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. This line is taken from The Tempest by William Shakespeare. Next, him the almighty power hurled headlong, flaming from the ethereal sky, with hideous ruin and combustion down to bottomless perdition there to dwell, in adamantine chain and penal fire, who durst defy the omnipotent to arms. This line is taken from Paradise Lost, published in 1667, written by John Milton. Next, the important thing was to love rather than be loved. This line is written by William Somerset Maugham in his novel Of Human Bondage, published in 1915. Next, we mortals, men and women, devour many a disappointment between breakfast and dinner time. Keep back the tears and look a little pale about the lips, and in answer to inquiries say, "Oh, nothing." Pride helps, and pride is not a bad thing when it's only urges us to hide our hearts, not to hurt others. This line is written by George Eliot in his novel Middlemarch. Middlemarch was published in 1871. The subtitle of Middlemarch is A Study of Provincial Life. Next, she wasn't a person to whom things happen. She did all the happenings. This line is written by Muriel Spark in his novel Aiding and Abetting, published in 2000. Next, what is pertinent is the calmness of beauty, its sense of restraint. It is as though the land knows of its own beauty, its own greatness, and feels no need to shut it. This line is written by Kazuo Ishiguro in his novel The Remains of the Day, published in 1989. Next, and so they entwined their lives to drink from the pools of each other's sadness. From these special watering holes, each man drew strength. This line is written by Monica Ali in his novel Brick Lane, published in 2003. And this Monica Ali is Bangladeshi writer. Next, music expresses that which cannot be put into words and that which cannot remain silent. Line is written by Victor Hugo. Next, a classic is a book that has never finished saying what it has to say. This line is written by Italo Calvino in his essay The Uses of Literature, published in 1980. Next, literature is a luxury, fiction is a necessity. This line is written by Gilbert Keith Chesterton, that is G.K. Chesterton. Thank you. Hope to see you in the next video.